Complex trauma is complex because it is multiple traumas over time. It is not just one incident, and it can be insidious. You don't even realize this is trauma, and then you get out of it, and still a part of your brain might minimize it, might compartmentalize it, and still might not label it as the dreaded word trauma, because labeling it as trauma makes it real, and making it real means I have to face it. One of the hardest things that I find clients struggle with is saying this was traumatic, this was abusive, what happened to me was not okay, because a part of you survived what you went through by minimizing it, pushing it aside, saying it's okay, everyone goes through that, it's just whatever, it happens, that's my childhood. That is survival. That's a way for you to cope with what you went through. When we say trauma, trauma is anything that is overwhelming or distressing to your body, your nervous system. And your body, your nervous system literally goes into a survival response. So it might go into that fight survival response. It might want to flee. If you imagine Sahara Desert, you've got a lion, you've got a deer. When the deer sees the lion, it wants to flee, or it will go up and try and fight the lion, or fawning, hey lion, please don't eat me, or it might freeze or flop. Your body literally goes into a survival response. And it's very hard to rest. One thing you might struggle with is resting in the present. I'm bad when I rest. And when you experienced the trauma that you went through, it happened in the present. So you in the present right now, when your body starts to relax and rest, it's like the trauma is happening all over again. Your body is hypervigilant, on edge, waiting for the trauma to happen. So instead of resting, what your body will do is say, no, we've got to make lists. We have to keep busy. We got to be anxious about the future scenario that hasn't happened yet. Or we need to live in the past. I'm going to ruminate over traumatic content and material in my past because it feels so uncomfortable to be present in my body. And I am overwhelmed with the feelings that I have in my body that I need to be distracting myself. I need to be constantly consumed with other material. And something that is very common with trauma survivors is struggling with identity. Who am I? One thing that you may find is you have this chameleon face. You have this mask that you show to the world. I am a different person for different people. Whatever they need me to be, I'll be. You want me to be the funny one. You want me to be the one that works hard, that achieves, that performs. I'll put that mask on as long as it keeps you happy, as long as I'm not in trouble. And then when I get home, the mask comes off, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because I've been giving and performing and I've not been true to who I am. Because who am I? Who I am was never respected. It was never validated. I was never seen. I was never told or asked, how do you feel? It was always about the other people. Maybe you were neglected, abused, bullied. When you experience this, people never ask you who you are, and you're always performing for other people. That is trauma. Abandoning yourself to make everyone else happy. That is what trauma does to you. And healing from complex trauma, it takes time and safety. Your nervous system never learns what safety is. So it always avoids, it keeps busy, and it runs on survival because it's always known dysregulation. Regulation is foreign to the nervous system. And as we start to process trauma, as we start to heal, we build safety in our body. It really takes time. And when you're with a psychologist, therapist, There are specific trauma processing therapies that help heal trauma memories in the body. Talk therapy can absolutely help bring awareness to what's happening, but a lot of trauma survivors, they live in the cognitive. They live in their head. I can analyze, intellectualize, I know what's wrong with me, I know what I'm supposed to do, but there's a barrier. I can't do it. There's a block. I just can't do it. And that's because the trauma memories, what you've gone through, the body experience it physiologically. So it's just not your cognitive, your body is involved. And we need to process the body memories, the trauma content and material. And that's why it's called, in psychology, bottom-based approaches. So somatic-based approaches that incorporate what your body feels, what your body's noticing, speaking the language of the nervous system, not just talking about it. We want to feel it, we want to process it, we want to experience it. And that is scary. Absolutely, it is scary. I get it. So safety is first with trauma processing, stabilization, then we can go back and process trauma material, and then you can start to reconnect with who you are.